Before we start the podcast, I really want to thank our sponsors, 16 co-working spaces located in Marsa. They have really good facilities, amazing snacks, water, showers, desks, double monitor setups, anything you can think of. Really good location. And also they gave us 15% discount for whoever's watching the podcast or listening to the podcast. You can see the code here, which is 16CW 16 Charlie Whiskey. I'll put it in the description as well, so you can check out their website. But they have really good prices. With a discount, it's even better. And I'm really glad to be partnering up with them because the podcast got so much better when we joined the forces. And now we move to the podcast. So cool, thanks for coming.
For inviting.
I invited you because I really want to talk about your journey as a business owner and obviously the stuff that led to it. So I know that you started. We should mention first of all that you're in the beauty business, let's say.
Yes, actually.
You were.
Yes,
but we will come to it.
Yes.
Let's start with Norway, because I know you went to Norway, and because we're from Lithuania, both from Lithuania. I know that a lot of Lithuanians, they go to Norway to actually work in like really, what's the word? The jobs that are not super like easy, you know, it's more physical work. Because even myself, like we used to work in like a salmon factory. But it paid well in Stranda. Yeah.
Ah, very cool.
Yeah,
yes.
Close to Alesund. I don't know where you stayed in Norway.
In Bergen.
Bergen, so it's quite far. Get a bit closer to the mic. So, can you tell me like how you ended up in Norway? Because obviously you lived in Lithuania and then you moved. Was that influenced by someone, or what's the story about around that?
So when I was finishing school, I always knew that I'm going to go abroad. I always wanted, from maybe I was 16, to move somewhere. And how it happened. So basically the business story, it should happen from there, that I was selling cucumbers in the markets when I was 16. I was always having like a business mind, yes, to get some money, to earn my own. So yes, so it started there, and then when I was 18, I was finishing high school, and I was like, I had my boyfriend at that time, Mažvydas, and we've been broken up, and I thought I will go to Australia. And now when I'm thinking back, you know, what would be happening, you know, if I would turn that way. But yes, he came back and he was like, I don't know, somehow it came to the topic that I should go to Norway, and we just bought tickets. It was 3 days after, and we bought it and we went. He
was never there before also?
No, he was already there.
Okay, so he knew a bit.
And I was traveling there before for like 2 times, yeah. So yes, that's how it started, and then we was like having a road trip to Norway, like by the car. It was really fun, and I didn't know what to expect, you know. I was very insecure. But I was very brave, I think, at that time, you know, just to take this decision because, everyone was going to study or something. And I knew that I wouldn't. I was very bad at school.
And but Norway was very expensive at the time, right?
Yes.
Because this is before we had euros in Lithuania, I guess, no?
Yes, we had Lithuania before.
Because I remember we even got paid, I think it was like close to 5,000 litas at the time, which was like insane money,
yes,
you know, because right now in Norway it's kind of like here in Malta. I think the salaries are like between like 1.5 to 1,000, like in that range. So you don't really make that much anymore because everything got more expensive in Lithuania as well. So like you don't bring same amount of money basically.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so in Norway, Bergen is like a really big city, right? It's one of the biggest. It's the second biggest city. And then when you went there, you went straight to work as a beautician somewhere, or you did something before?
No, far away from that. You know, it started that I went there and it was very hard for me to find a job because I didn't spoke in Norwegian. And in English I was very scared to talk. I couldn't talk, you know. I was so scared, even in the shop or somewhere. Oh my God. But then, you know, you kind of break the ice and you start.
Because you have to. There's no option, you know. And in Norway, like generally people, they don't really like speaking English, like natives. Norwegians, they know English, but
they know very good.
Yes, because that's cool. They learn, yeah. Yes. It's funny you mentioned, because when I moved to UK, in high school in Lithuania, I had like English from 2nd grade. Normally you have it from 4th grade, I think. So we had. You
got from 7th?
No, from 2nd. Second grade. Second. Yeah. So I started very early. So and I was like, when I was graduating, I did good in exams, you know, in English. And I was like, oh, I know English, you know, it should be good. And then I remember we flew to Stansted Airport in London, and we got out, and I had to ask a random person, where's the bus station to go to London, because Stansted is outside London. Yeah. And I was like, you know, like, I know English, but then like first time you have to speak to a real English person, I was like stuttering and I couldn't, you know, make a fucking sentence. I was like, oh my God, you know, it's gonna be hard. But then, I mean, you just go through it, right? Yeah. I mean, there's nothing you can do. You either speak or what you're gonna do. You're not gonna learn Norwegian very quickly in your case, you know.
Exactly. But when it was my first time, I was in London actually living with my mother for half year when I was smaller. So I was going to kindergarten. So I learned a bit there, but still it's forget.
It just takes practice. It's like fitness, like you have to exercise to
everything that you work on.
Okay, so in Bergen you said you didn't go to beauty section straight away.
My first job was as a cleaner. Yeah, and I had I had 3 jobs as a cleaner. That was the easiest to get, and it was very good to paid. And all of them I was fired off.
Fired for what?
They fired me because I'm very bad at cleaning, even at home. Yeah.
And
all of them they fired.
So how long did it last?
I don't know, maybe half year I was working like this. Then I got into the bar. I was working as a bartender, kind of, in a very cool bar. I met a lot of people. My English got better. I found some friends. Yeah, it was very nice. And then I went to the pizza shop. Then I was working as a driver for pizza.
Delivering pizza? A girl? That sounds dangerous.
And it's very, you know, like there's mountains and stuff. But it was very fun. Yeah.
Wow.
Very fun times because we've been very kind of, you know, we've been not reading books or something. We've been just very free at that time, I think. But in the same time, a lot of insecurities there was at that time because it's like, you don't know yourself, you don't know what you want, you don't know what you like, and you're still searching for it. Yeah. So, yeah. And
exactly like when you work in jobs like that, it's like you understand that you don't want to do this, but it's something like you don't really have other options. Like you have to go kind of with every step you just improve, you know. But doing those jobs, did you already have, like, because you said you were business minded from like early age, when working in those jobs, did you already have something in your back, like like in the back of your mind that I want to like have my own thing, or like I want to learn some sort of trade that I can do?
Yes, I always wanted. You know, this ceppeline, I used to even have a page for ceppeline making.
In Norway?
Yes, because I was like, oh, I should do this because it's very good paid, you know, because it was very popular in this Bergen groups for Lithuanians. So yes, like a lot of ideas I always had, just how to make some money, but...
and you actually did it? Like you made it?
No.
And no? It was just an idea?
Yeah. I asked my mom to send me this ceppeline machine.
Yeah, I know
But
which
never
one.
Did.
I know which
I actually
one.
till now never did Zeppelin.
Really?
Yes.
Even I did Zeppelin. Come
Yes?
on, of course.
I was with the friends one time in a party. I saw how they're doing, but I didn't done myself. Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, and I remember I was working there in the bar, I think, and my friend at that time, Ulrike, if she's watching, hi. She did a big impact because she went to the course, I think, for lashes, and I asked her, maybe you can learn me how to do it because it's good paid. And I always wanted to work in the beauty sector. I was really I always been doing this beauty procedures. So yeah, that's how it started. She learned me on my couch, and yeah.
Oh, so you didn't go like to official some sort of course, nothing?
No.
She just showed you?
Yes. And I started to take clients, and I was asking for, I think, 400 krona is a lot, 40 euros.
Okay.
It was very bad at the first, but after some time, after 3 months, I think I went for a course, for a normal course, because I saw that this is what I really like to do. It's a very concentrated job, and it's kind of meditation.
Yeah.
I believe, because you can kind of speak with the woman.
But you get very tired because you have to be like really focused, like your eyes gets tired.
Yes,
because I remember, I think Greta, I know for sure she had a kit for lashes. I don't know if she ever did it, but she bought the kit because she wanted to do it as well. When she taught you on the couch how to do lashes, and then you went to the actual course where they teach you properly, right?
Straight away I saw that this is like a money, it's like a gold, how to say?
Gold mine.
Aukso gysla, lietuviškai. Aukso gysla.
Gold mine, I would say.
Gold mine, yes. Yes, straight away I saw that this is very good, and for me it's amazing.
Was that like much more money than cleaning jobs that you had, or like the
5
bar
times.
job?
5
okay,
times more.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you did the course, you were working simultaneously, or when you finished, then you started working?
No, even before I started to take clients.
Okay.
I was
at
not
home?
thinking that much, yes.
Okay, and then you moved to some sort of salon, I guess, somewhere, no? Or you kept doing it from
actually,
home?
no, I wanted to say that when I started, I was doing on Friends, and it was always very bad. Like a lash set, I was doing, and it was always very bad. They
but
were
friends
falling.
don't tell you, so that's why they're friends. Even if they see that it's bad, it's like, oh, I like it.
They went somewhere else, yes.
And then she could start, like, it's girls mostly, I suppose. And then I imagine your friend going home and going like I need to take this off.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So yes, and then when I did the course, we moved to a new place. It was very nice. I had my room. I made it very nicely, and I remember the best part, client comes, and it's like a meditation for me. Client comes, she's paying me very good money. It's like how at that time it was 60 euros for a set. I was a hard worker, when you're very young. And at the same time, actually, I was going to Norwegian course to learn Norwegian.
And 60 euros, like in what time? Like 1 hour?
1.5, 2. Yes.
It's not bad, but I mean, you can't do like 3-4 people in the row, like you would just get too tired.
I was doing even 8 to 10 people, yes. Like a lot.
How come? So like you worked 12, 13 hours?
You can make like 5K per month. It's like amazing.
I'm in the wrong job. We should address that your friend is sitting behind the camera.
Yes, she's
Kamile.
sitting there, my best friend. There.
Cool. Okay. That's interesting. 5K, that's not bad.
Oh, that's good.
And even right now, like in Norway, you think prices are like that?
It's even higher now. But in Norway, in general, prices are high for everything, It sounds very good, but the apartment, for example, it was 1,000 euros. Yeah.
And this is like 10 years ago, more maybe, no?
How old I am? 28, yes. 8 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot. 1,000, Jesus Christ. I remember when we lived in Stranda, we went to a bar and we bought a beer. I don't remember in krones how much it was, but I know that in litas it was close like to 15, 17 litas for one beer. And like draft, not the bottle. Bottles were cheaper, but draft beer from the tap was, I was like,
2.5?
How much?
2.5 you said?
No. 15, 17 litas, I think it was when
Yes,
I converted. In krones, I don't remember.
You have to stop converting. You usually stop converting at one point, you know.
But in the shops, I remember it wasn't that bad. You know, when you went to do shopping for food, it was like, I mean, it's expensive, but it's not like super high prices, you know. But if you went to the bar to buy a beer or something, it's insane. I mean,
but they have money. They have a lot, you know.
Of course.
Norwegians, they are living very good. And in general, you know, Norway is, if you want to earn money, I think it's the best option.
It's very
fast
nice,
and
very beautiful
calm,
country.
Nowhere to spend actually. If you don't party too much.
I know exactly what you mean, because Stranda is like in the valley of the mountains. So literally to go to the other closest town, which was Alesund, like the bigger town, you know, where you can see something. There's McDonald's. Like we used to drive to Alesund just to go to McDonald's, because you miss, you know, civilization. Because Stranda was, I think at the time it was like 3,500 people. So it's not a lot, you know. And it's... When you're there, after like certain amount of time, it gets a bit depressing, just because you have mountains on both sides. There's, you know, fjords, there's a ferry going, but it's so, I don't know, it's not for young people.
And
you know?
I think that they have polar nights or something, yes? And it's very night, and then it's very day.
No, actually in Stranda, because Stranda is at the Atlantic Ocean side. You know, on that side, like on the west side of Norway. So they get I think it's when the sun doesn't go down, you know. In summer it doesn't get dark for a while.
And in winter it's always dark. Yes, I think.
No, I think
4 hours sun you have, I think.
I don't remember really, because we used to go. Because in summer I was never there. Like in winter I was there, and it used to get dark, and then the sun.
How many years you used to work there?
Because we went through the agency, so we went like for 3 months, and then we come back, you know. Then we stay in our city, and then we go again for like 3 months, you know. The longest I stayed, I think, was 6 months. So yeah.
That was good for Lithuania, because, you know, like a lot of these people who are working in Norway or something, they come back to Lithuania and they spend a lot.
Yeah, they do. But with all the respect to people that I met there, I met some that I'm glad that they're not in Lithuania. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
There's certain kind of people that they go to earn money there just so they can go back to Lithuania and party, flex with the money, like buy a BMW. Yeah. I mean, their life goal is to buy an apartment, and I completely understand. Some people are like that. Like, I don't mind, you know. But it's just that they were in this like vicious circle of going to Norway, working hard, drinking on the days off, partying, you know. Then they go back to Lithuania. They go like, oh, look how much money I have, and they go back because they don't have money left, you know. And it's like a never-ending circle. Some people live like that, and I mean, I don't see an issue in that if that's okay for them. But no, but it's just just made me realize that that's not the life goals. No. For example, that I have, you know, it's not my thing. Yeah.
It's not conscious living, I think. But I was the same, to be honest.
Really?
Yes, I was partying a lot.
Okay, so then
I was very. I really like to party a lot, and you don't have so much of. Like, you feeling very free. When I was 19, 20, we've been partying, we've been having a lot of fun and no responsibilities. You don't think that you have to save money, nothing.
Yeah.
And it was very good life. I think that every person has to have that time.
But at that age, it's normal. Yeah.
And that's what you should do.
Maybe because I went a bit, because I was, I think, maybe 23 at the time. So, you know, like your thinking changes a bit.
But where have you been before?
I was studying, then I came back to Lithuania.
What you been studying?
Interactive media.
So what you're working now?
Kind of, yeah. So yeah, I mean, but no, Norway in general was really good, very good experience. Taught me a lot. Like I said, I mean, made me realize what I want to do and what kind of person I don't want to be. And the country is really beautiful. Like I would go as a tourist again just to visit Norway because of the fjords, of the mountains, etc. You know, especially in summer. In winter I wouldn't go because I remember once there was like so much snow that we had to look for the car. Like we parked it and everything was covered with snow, all the cars, and we didn't remember where we parked, so we had to like scratch the snow of each car until we found our color, you know.
By the shape, you couldn't see it?
No, like they're all the same. And it was at because in the morning we went for work, and then when we finished, it was snowing all day when we were working. And when we finished, like we didn't know where we parked. But yeah. Okay, so in Bergen, you were making 5K, so that's like a lot of money. Let's say you could, like you said, make 5K. And then when did you move from Norway? Like what happened that you decided to move from Norway? And was that Malta straight away or you went to Lithuania a bit?
No, I went to Lithuania, but the thing it was that I was not happy in Norway. It was this money, you know, this not conscious living, like a lot of parties, people that we've been surrounded. Like I'm very glad to have had all of them. It was very nice group of people, Lithuanian group of people. Like when we went to Malta, it was nothing like that. I always miss these times because we've been really big group of friends. And that was like our family, you know, when you're not, when you are a foreigner, it means a lot for you. At least it meant a lot for me. But then, yes, it was just, I was not feeling very good there. I knew that I have to move on. And to be honest, yeah, with my husband at this moment, we had the issues. And I went for vacation to Malta. I was like, oh my God, this country is so amazing. I loved this. I loved Malta so much. It was so beautiful. All these buildings, you know, like this old vintage style, and Valletta, and the colors and the nature and the sea. It was like so inspiring for me. And I was like, I need to move here. I was walking in Medina with my mother, and I was like, I want to move here.
Very big contrast from Norway. Completely different.
Yes, because Norway has another side of the, for example, okay, you have money, but you have nowhere to spend it. Because it's like you not to spend it, but there's nothing to do in there. It's a lot of raining all the time. And yeah, the weather was killing.
It is depressing, especially like when it starts in the autumn and then all winter, and then the spring comes, like, and it's still raining. Yeah, I remember that as well.
I remember.
But in Malta, you knew someone, or you just came?
I knew Mikas. Mikas was an old friend of mine.
Yeah.
Mikas
Our
is
common
friend as well. So Mikas was a friend of mine from my town, and we used to have some parties and something. And I knew that he's living here with Romanta, with his woman, yeah, I texted him, maybe you want to meet or something. And he was like, yeah, let's meet, all of us. And we went to some kebab shop. We went to this, you know...
kebab shop, of course. Where do Lithuanians take their friends? To the kebab shops, of course.
But you know, this place that it was next to... in Gzira, in Manuel Island, there was like really nice bar. We went there first time.
Funky Monkey.
Yes.
It's
cool.
It's gone, unfortunately.
It's gone, but
you know the same owner is the Jungle Joy. You know Jungle Joy now? Same owner opened it up.
Jungle Joy is
it's
like
in
a
Gzira as well.
Shop.
It's in Gzira.
Shop.
No. You're talking about Dr. Juice.
No. Next to these yellow statues, Anna?
No. Jungle Joy is, you know where KFC is right now?
Yes.
Close to KFC.
Oh, I know.
Where that girl got hit, the Turkish girl.
I don't know what
you didn't hear?
Well.
Oh my God.
What was it?
It's a long story, but basically a guy drove his car into the girl on the pavement because of the jealousy, I think, or something. And she died. I mean, it's
what?
Tragic. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she died on the spot. I mean, he ran over her, you know. And it was her birthday on that day, which is insane. Yeah, that's depressing. I mean, but it's been all over the news, so you don't follow the news of Malta
at all.
Good.
I don't have
You don't trash your brain with stuff.
That's very important for me.
Yeah.
Not to trash it.
Even I try not to watch news. Like, I mean, it still
Doesn't make
reaches
any
you.
sense.
Like if you're on the phone somewhere, you know, and something pops up and you still see it. So it's hard to avoid.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the same guy actually owns Jungle Joy there. He opened up because I think they moved him because of the construction. Now all Manoel Island, they're gonna construct like luxury apartments or something.
Some project or something.
Yeah.
I heard, yeah.
So you went with Mikas to Jungle Joy.
Yeah, we went and I was asking them, maybe you could help me, you know, if I would move here.
Mm-hmm.
They've been, I'm like, yeah. And then I came back to Lithuania and I said that I'm moving. That's it. I packed my stuff and I went there. I went to Lithuania. I've got my friend Kamile. She was going with me.
Mm-hmm.
She was going with me the first time as the last time. Now we are here, I think one of the last times in Malta. Now she's here as well.
And it was first time for you as well? Okay.
Yes, and we went here and it started, you know, everything. I was planning to come here, like I really planned myself because I started promoting that I'm working with lashes.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that I'm going to continue doing this here. I found a salon, I went straight away and I was fully booked from the day I started. Yes. Because I was promoting myself on Facebook.
Do you remember where you started?
In Santa Venera. At Antea salon.
Close to where I live right now. Okay.
Everyone I will give a hi.
Okay. So, and how long you stayed there in that salon? Or you moved around?
I was staying at the salon for 1 year, I think. 1 year, I think it was.
And in that 1 year, like you realized that I can open like my own beauty salon?
I knew it from the start, I think, that I will do with this, yes. When I started to work at her, I really liked Malta, you know, and I seen that I can earn a lot as well here because here is much cheaper than Norway. But the prices are very similar, very, very similar. Like it's very expensive, like beauty treatments in here. And yes, and Antea was very nice for me as well. She showed me a lot of Malta, you know.
What's the name? Andrea?
Antea. Antea was her name, yes.
Like she was the owner of the salon?
Yes, she was the owner. She got me a lot of clients as well, and her salon was like very nice place for me because I didn't knew anyone except Mikas and Jumante. I was feeling alone sometimes, like a lot, yeah. Because Aquila, she came and she went after 1 week, you know. So yes, and it helped me a lot, and I forgot what I was wanting to say.
So you worked there for a year,
yes,
and your own salon was always in your mind.
Yes,
right?
And I started learning on this topic a lot. I started to listening to podcasts. So the good thing about doing lashes as well, that you can communicate with people all the time. You can learn a lot from every person who you meet, you know, and as well you can get this like meditation as well for yourself. And in the same time, you can listen to the podcast. For example, if you're not speaking with anyone, you're listening. Sometimes I listen for like 8 hours about business opening, you know, like salon opening, all day long.
Your clients didn't find it like weird that you're listening on the headphones to something?
No, some of the clients, they are sleeping. They don't mind, yeah.
Okay.
They are not all talkative.
Yeah, of course.
Some of them, they want just to chill, you know.
Okay. But you would have like headphones or like a speaker in the room.
Headphones.
Okay. So you started listening to podcasts that inspire to open your own business or like motivate you?
Yes.
Okay, like self-development kind of thing. There
was 2 podcasts. There was Melissa Ambrosini I really liked because it's like gives you, how to say...
Spirituality,
this thing, it was very new for me. And this I liked a lot. And Gold Digger podcast. It was about gold digging. Yeah, it was how to make money.
So, so this one's like directly related to business, but
yes,
the other
totally.
one, it's not really about business.
It is a bit as well, but not so much. Yes, it's about health and stuff.
Did you get like any practical advice from someone, like how to find a space, how to rent, what's the process of actually getting the premises? Because then you have to hire subcontractors to actually do everything, like paint the walls, etc., right? Or
I rented the place that was already fully furnished.
Ah, okay. So it was ready.
That was what I was looking for. But no, I didn't got any advice. I was making a lot of mistakes, and I was just going to it, I'm sometimes as a woman, I'm not thinking too much. I'm just going for it. Yeah.
And what kind of mistakes, for example, can you share something? Someone's maybe listening and they would think, maybe they're thinking exactly to do the same, like open a beauty salon. And I guess you had so many lessons.
Yes.
During your way.
I think that the most important is just to go for it. Just like But if you want to open a beauty salon, I would first my mistake it was that I signed a contract that was I had like really big deposit, which was not good. Now when I'm renting with other salons, it wasn't so big. That time it was like 10.
So it was just a clever guy who got you in a bad contract.
Yes, and there was no force majeure. And after Corona started, I lost everything. Yeah. It was very hard part of my life. But the thing it was that I didn't know a lot of things.
And no one told you like you need to take the contract to the lawyer, so the lawyer looks through it that it actually makes sense.
No.
Because normally when you start business, you would do something like that.
I don't know. You just read very closely. I remember when I was starting to rent, I was like still very, how to say, I had a lot of insecurities and I was very shy, Even when these contractors everyone was like on similar table like this, I was like very shy and I was like very nervous what I'm doing because it's like big amounts. My family, they helped me a lot. Without them, it wouldn't be...
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna ask because you mentioned Corona. So how many years you only had one in the beginning, right? And then Corona happened, and you opened the second one after Corona. So how many years you had it before Corona happened? Do you remember?
2 years.
Because it was already like established.
2 years.
There were clients coming in constantly, so it was like properly running business.
It was very good because the idea was brilliant. It is still a brilliant idea, and the salon by itself, it's amazing. The idea came because in Malta there's nothing that has a quality, and I wanted to have a quality in the salon, to have a procedures that they are very good. That you have a professional service, that they
that they introduce themselves.
Yes, like
there's some sort of code that they have to follow with each client.
Because I saw the mistakes in Malta, like in the salons there was like waiting line half an hour. Usually they wait half an hour. There's no time.
So no scheduled
no
appointments.
No nothing, no quality in the, and that's why when I came here I was very popular, I think, and there was few other lash masters that they were popular. That was all. But and they've been from Baltic countries as well.
Okay. Yeah. But I think you cannot like generalize and say like everyone has low quality in Malta. There's obviously good salons,
Yes, there is a lot.
But like big part of them, they do not operate like the best they could,
Yes, there is still a market for this thing, to have a professional service.
Okay. And then Corona happened and you had to close it, right? I mean, obviously you had to close it because there was quarantine. But then at what point you understood that that's it? Like I have to ask for the deposit, and then the whole deposit story happened.
I don't know. Before that, I have to mention that I was in the peak of my business. It was very good, I was very, very happy with it. The idea that I had in my mind, it was totally finished kind of, and I had my best friends around. Kamile was there as well. Like all my friends, they helped me to do this. Everything was made up by heart, and we put so much good energy in it. And I was on the peak of my business, and we've been 11 girls working at that time. And I remember someone, Ramsey, I think, he came and I was doing his eyebrows. There was a guy, a friend. I was doing his eyebrows and he was saying, like, there's a corona, you know, in China, something like a virus is coming. I was like, what? It's in China. And then 5 days later, they're saying that, okay, everything is closing. And I remember we took the masks, we put the masks, and we went outside, and yeah, shit, that was happening.
I think when he told you that it's in China, it was already like in Italy.
Yes.
You know, because Italy was really bad. Like they lost a lot of people.
Yes.
And it's directly related to China because a lot of Chinese tourists, they fly to Italy. Italy is like the most popular.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Italy is most popular destination in Europe for Chinese tourists. That's why they got, like, let's say the biggest concentration of the virus transmitters in that country. So a lot of people got sick. There was no vaccine, so it was ugly.
I heard as well, because of a lot of Italians, they are older age.
Yeah, that's true as well. Like the population is quite old. Yeah, I remember that. It was so weird, like pressing things with your elbow. I remember, you know, like when they announced that there's quarantine, like you couldn't even walk a dog, you know, without permission, let's say. And I remember going in the lift, like pressing everything like this.
I was very scared at that time.
Yeah, it's weird because like there's something that you're afraid of, but you can't see it, you know? It's not an object that you can see in front of you. It's like
but you
any
feel
surface.
The panic and the energy and the people. And when you go outside in the shop, everyone was like scared.
Yeah.
You can feel that energy, just that it's not normal. I remember when we've been going, we always felt, you remember? It was very...
Yeah, because the last time it happened, it was Spanish flu, which was like 1914, I think. So like almost 100 years ago. More than 100 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, it was at different scale, like it was even worse. Way more people died, I think, from Spanish flu, but Corona was, pretty bad. And did you actually had to like tell your girls yourself that that's it, that we cannot work anymore and I'm like closing it?
At first, it was very hard to say it from myself, you know.
But you actually had to say it like to them.
Yes,
directly, or they kind of understood.
Straight away, next day it was closed when we find out, and then next day they closed us. So I was just like, I don't know what to do. You know, this is what this the situation, and everyone was scared.
You don't know when you're gonna open. That's the worst.
But at that moment, I think that a lot of people, at least even me, you know, I was not thinking only about business, but about my own health, you know, what is going to happen. Like my family is there, like so far away. Kamile was leaving at that time. She was leaving, you know, and I was alone there. I was very, feeling insecure.
There was much with you.
We haven't been together at that time. We've been separated. Yeah.
I lost count how many times you separated. I mean,
because
you said in Norway you separated. Now you
12 years we've been together and always on and off. Yeah.
So now it's for good. Let's hope. It's not gonna end.
Let's see.
Okay, cool. So, and this guy that was the landlord of the place, right? That you were renting.
The landlord.
He was a bit of a dick, right?
He was.
With the deposit.
How to say? I wouldn't say so because I don't. Yeah, every person has their own reasons why they are acting on some of the things like that. But maybe he was doing the best what he was thinking that he's doing. But I was very scared, you know, to lose it. I was like, he was.
Threatening you?
Threatening me that I have to go to court because I cannot not pay the rent, and I couldn't pay the rent because it was
that he's gonna
over
go to court
3,000
if you don't pay.
Yes. Okay. And how I can pay it? I didn't have any savings. I was living my best life before, and I always was not very good at money, counting and stuff. And I still had to pay. And he was texting me messages, you have to pay the rent, 3,000, or otherwise you will lose your 10K, that you invested for the deposit, and it's closed. That's what I was very scared. And then I started to be very scared because he said that for 2 years along that you rented, that you made a contract, you have to pay all this money that you broke the contract. There was no force majeure like it is now. People are usually doing now. When I was signing the contracts, I was doing it. So that was very scary. I didn't want to lose everything, and already a lot of my girls, they left to other countries. I was feeling very bad, and he said something like 36,000 you have to pay, or otherwise we go to court. I couldn't sleep all night. Whole night I was not sleeping.
Oh, so he was asking for basically until the contract ends, as if you're
Something
still
like
renting the place, you still have to pay the rent. Okay.
Yes,
I mean,
like
that's a bit stupid. But
everyone was doing what they can do, because I think that he was renting as well, and he was subletting for me, and
okay, that
it
might
could
be the case.
I don't know.
But during that time, a lot of people, I mean, there's a freaking humanity involved, that you understand that everyone's in the same situation, and a lot of landlords who were renting, they would either bring the rent down, or they would let you not pay for a couple of months at least, because no one knows when it's gonna end, and then you pay later when everything picks up again.
But that's the funny thing, that everything was happening like this for me, and I was super panicking. And after 1 week, everything sorted. And now when I'm thinking about my life, when I'm stressing about something, you shouldn't be stressing, because always everything sorts out. And at that time it happened like this, in the end of the day, he said that you don't need to pay or something, like we agreed with each other some kind of nicely. But still, when I came back, when it was half year ago, I think I came back, I didn't have any employees, and I was like, I have to move on. I found someone that I started to work with. It was Christina. She was my
partner now.
Till yesterday.
She was, We're gonna get to that part, that she was a partner.
Yes.
But okay, so I understand you don't really want to disclose how you got into agreement with him, but
I don't remember even.
But in the end, like it solved itself, but you still lost money, right?
A lot, yes. Everything what I invested.
But not 36K, at least.
I didn't got into the debt. In the debt.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, at the time, as I said, I mean, some people just were flexible because they understood that everyone's in the same shit,
Yes.
Especially in business, like there's nothing you could do at the time. But okay, so when you closed it, Corona, like you said, in 1 week it was all done. And then how in your mind do you come up with the idea to open up again after such experience? Because like I personally probably would be like, fuck this, I'm not gonna have my own business anymore because it's just too stressful, going through that experience. Then how did you come up with the idea to open? Not because I don't really understand. So you got that place back, no?
No.
Oh no, it was different. I
came to the same place.
So you opened another two basically after that.
In the end of the day, yes, in the end of the day, something like it was that I supposed to stay there because he was waiting for me, the landlord, but I didn't, because I found another place, because I was in the peak of my business, so it was very good, before, and I knew that it's going to work. The idea was very good. We've been doing very good before, and why not?
And the name was already established,
Yes, just because I didn't want it, like I was scared to do it alone. I didn't have money anymore at all. No clients, and so I got this.
But clients,
they came back after
like
1 or 2 months.
They thought, Kamila closed, so she's now bad. We're not gonna go to her anymore.
But a lot of people, they've been still scared to do like beauty procedures. They've been not doing
because of close contact.
Yes, very close contact. Yes, but slowly they came back and everything was again very good. I was super happy. I remember when we've been opening, we found this amazing landlord with this amazing place, which was like very affordable for us for the start, and we just moved all the stuff, and I was so happy. I remember.
How did you find Christina?
She was employee of. She was
She was
nail
working
artist.
for you, like
No,
yes. in your salon, the first one that you closed.
Yes, she was a nail artist.
Okay, and then you just decided to kind of join the forces.
Yes. She was always very Christina. She has a lot of good things about herself. She's structured. She's very structured.
Business oriented as well.
Not business oriented, but she's I don't know. I just liked her energy. She had something that I didn't. I think at one point.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like full circle when you're together.
Because I was very artistic always. Even now, I need someone that has logical mind a bit. Yes.
Okay. So you opened first one. That was in Sliema. That's the first one, right? And then. How did you come up with the idea to open the second one? Just because you were so busy that you said, "Oh, we can have a second one"?
But it was a long way to this. It was 2 years we've been operating there. Then I got pregnant with my husband and I got pregnant. Then we went to Lithuania. I was doing a bit from abroad. I was coming back, and then we've been very busy. Yes, we couldn't fit. We've been actually in that Sliema salon. We've been building up the rooms. We've been building up the walls so we can fit more people, because like we saw that this is going very good. We built it up 5 rooms in there. Yeah.
Oh, the ones that like when you go down.
Yes.
Right. So you built like from drywall.
Yes.
Separations.
Not me, like a person.
I know, because I've been to the massage therapist at your salon. She's very good. I recommend her. What's her name?
Matilda?
No.
Jana?
I think so. Yeah.
All of them, they are very good.
Yeah.
Everyone who's working at Blossom is very good.
Of course.
No, but they are the best for sure in Malta.
Yeah, no, but she was very good. I mean, because I had issues with my back from basketball, and she did something. Yeah, I went once. It's like she didn't fix it completely, but it was much better after I went, And it was like, like for a guy in general, it's hard to go to such things, at least to me.
It's hard? It's hard for you to go.
It's like, it's not physically hard, but like it's, in my mind, it's just something that the guys, they don't really do. Go to a massage, just in general to beauty salons. It's weird unless you're getting a haircut, which is a barber shop. It's not a beauty salon, But once I got, because my wife, she forced me to go. She was like, just go, just try it. I was like, okay. And then when I tried it, I was like, yeah. That's nice, But you have to. I know guys who fucking go like do their nails,
It's
just so it's nice, like nice hands, Like it's just a thing of a habit. Like if you have that habit, but for me psychologically, to go to a massage, some other woman, not your wife, like she's touching, like it's a bit weird. I don't know.
I feel like the same maybe with
it's how my brain works.
I wouldn't do it with the man as well, a massage. But maybe it's just because, you are very, I don't know, for example, you have maybe this love languages, they are saying that there's a touch. And I think that for example, I cannot when someone is touching me. Sure.
Yeah. It should be weird, I guess, for a woman to go to a guy.
Yes.
But I know that guys, a lot of times, they're better at everything. At massage, just because they have more force, let's say, especially in certain kinds of massages. I think you need to actually
have more power, yes.
To do certain
stronger,
things.
For sure.
Okay. So 2 salons, and what recently happened? Till actually yesterday, right?
Yesterday.
But so you can share. I mean, you sold your part of the business, as I understand.
Yes.
Okay, and then
I happily sold it. And
what happened? Why did you sell it?
I don't want to go to the details so much, because I know that people, all my friends, not friends, but everyone will be looking. That's like people around me.
Yeah, but generally, you just got tired of that industry, like
I believe that I made up a lot of work, and I got all my lessons, and I have my I feel that I need I have an eager to do something else. I am interested in new things, and beauty sector, I'm not interested so much anymore. It's just been, I maybe grown up from that. And I got my idea finished, when we've been having like now 20 employees, and it was Christmas party, and there was like, I always wanted to do this, like in SpongeBob SquarePants, they have a nomination for the employee.
Of the month.
Yes.
Or of the year.
Yes, and I always wanted to do this with all my, this company. And it happened, and at that moment I was sitting there next to the table, and I was thinking, that... I think I finished this.
It's like
I made it, I was very happy.
There's nothing new that you're gonna experience in that area, probably. Okay.
And I have a lot of new.
But I think like with all your stuff that happened to you, like all the lessons that you had, you would be like really good advisor in general for people who actually want to open, let's say, a beauty salon like they want to work in that area.
Yes, I'm very sad that it's always sad that, you have an idea and you don't pursue it. For example, now you wanted to do a podcast and you're doing it, and that's great, but you should always, when you get an idea, you should go for it. And one idea that I got, it was like to film everything from the start, how it started, and till the end, to do like a vlog. Yes, and we didn't done it. And I'm like... Shit, that would be so... Because I was watching as well a lot of YouTube videos. I think I watched every YouTube video how to open a beauty salon. And it's very helpful. And of course, in the road, like 5 years I was in the business, I got so many lessons. Like all these lessons, they are with me, and now I know that I can make a business in a week, I'm feeling very confident about it.
I agree. Like YouTube, I was even telling to someone, YouTube should be like a university degree almost, or at least a college, because like if you watch videos on a certain topic, for example in your case on how to open a beauty salon, for a particular amount of hours, you get so much knowledge that you should get almost like a degree for it, because there's so much, like you can learn everything on YouTube, especially like, I don't know, if it's like digital things that you do, let's say video, audio, even like business stuff, it's insane,
Anything
and then
you can
people say,
learn
I don't know how to open a beauty salon. How you can not know how to open a beauty salon?
Are lazy.
There's Google, there's YouTube, there's just talk to someone. Jesus Christ. I think that's one of the more like forgotten things, of actually just go or message someone who owns a salon and ask them,
Yes.
It doesn't cost you to ask anything.
Yes, if you don't know, it's always just to start with one thing. If you want to open a beauty salon, check what is people around are renting, and that's the first step. And then you call them, and then you go to check. And then you get the money.
It's pretty easy once you start doing things.
It's always one thing at a time.
Yeah, just the first step, even like you said, like with a podcast, just set the time, get the equipment if you need something extra, and just do it. Like whatever happens. I mean, that's at least how I think.
It's always just lessons.
Yeah, and so yesterday. You signed it?
Yes, yesterday.
So you're free right now?
Yes, yesterday we've been having a party of the celebration. I was very in a fun mood. We've been playing this Truth or Dare. It was so much fun yesterday with the girls. Oh my God. Yeah, we've been celebrating that we finished the contract, and we ended the partnership with Christina. We sold it, and we can move on now.
Okay. And another thing I wanted to talk is the spiritual part of you, right? Because you mentioned when did that come into your life? Because you mentioned in Norway, you realized that you don't want to part anymore. You said it's a bit life without meaning kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Was that when it happened? Because now you're a lot, as far as I know, into... I forgot that word. There's a certain way that you eat food.
Ayurveda.
Yes, that.
I am in love with Ayurveda.
And you were always into yoga as well, right? I remember.
7 years now.
Yeah. So yoga happened way before, But Ayurveda, I think that's recent, right? You found it recently.
Ayurveda, I found it 2 years ago when I was pregnant. Yes, when I was searching for information more, I found maybe Reiki, the healing energy, how to heal the energy. I took a course for it, and I was like, wow, this is very special thing, you know? Mm-hmm. But how it started, you know, it's funny thing that I was a lot in my mind all the time. And it's not a good thing to be in your mind. I'm an overthinker, you know, like overthinker people, they go through
Me too.
Yes, they go through the...
Sometimes I cannot sleep because I can't shut off my brain.
Yes.
You know.
So I will give you tips.
Good.
After. So, but when you're passing the street, you know, like overthinker, he gets like 5 ideas, you know. It's like you always see an ideas everywhere. At least me. And it's sometimes overwhelming because you're a lot in your mind. And Lucas, my friend, hi Lucas, he got me this, he recommended this book for me, like The Power of Now. I read it and I was like, wow, how could I? How could I be in so much, not at the moment, but in my mind? And that's how it started. Like I started to be so much into this consciousness because before I was only in business, like everything about the business and not so much about these things, yeah.
And it's like you're running around, but you're not actually here,
yes.
You know? Like your mind is somewhere else.
Yes.
At least that's what happens to me. Like I'm somewhere, but I'm thinking of what I'm gonna do next week, what I want to, you know, plan ahead, etc. But like you said, it's really hard to focus, to actually be right here, right now, you know? Mm-hmm. I started noticing this when Ben was born, because I would be doing something even when he was like 2-3 months, you know? Mm-hmm. I would be like maybe putting him to sleep, and then I think of some work shit. I'm not here with him, you know, in my brain, like I'm somewhere else, and that still happens a lot. Like I try to be more present when I'm with him, because I know that like those like first 3-4 years, they're gonna pass so quickly, and you're gonna miss it so much, you know, because he's gonna be like proper human by the age he's like 4, you know, and those like first 3-4 years, they're very precious. And I should say that on Instagram Reels, I hear that there's this, I think he's like a philosopher, Jordan Peterson.
Oh yes, I read 2 books.
And there's this recording of his voice, and there's a lot of Reels with that recording where he says like, first 4 years, you miss it, that's it, you know? And especially for fathers, because men generally tend to work more, you know, stay at work, blah, 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 and they miss a lot of time with their kids. And it's this like slight fear that I have that I'm not gonna be with him enough time, you know, and he just grows up, which is crazy when I think about it. Do you get same feeling like when you're with Manuela?
Yes.
Same?
But now I started to meditating a lot. I'm a lot into meditation every morning and evening, so most of the time I'm feeling like I'm in the moment. It helps a lot. You don't overthink anymore. It's like controlling your mind. And you should read that book, you know.
Yeah,
it's very good.
I should have time to read books first of all.
Everyone has time. You know? They just don't know how to put it in the right place.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wake up at 5 o'clock. I'm waking up at 5 o'clock.
I'm waking up at 7 because we have a 13-month-old alarm clock that wakes up 7, like literally. But within 10 minutes, around 7 every morning.
Baby as well, yeah.
He's like a clock. I don't know where that comes from. And like in the morning, he just stands up and goes like,
yes. Straight away they stand up, yes?
Yeah. Either sits down or stands up in his crib and starts like shaking it, you know. And there were a few mornings where he was like, where we're actually sleeping, and Greta like elbows me, and he's just standing and looking at us in the crib. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because he wakes up and sometimes he's quiet. He's just wakes up and just looks around, maybe stands up, you know. And it's fun. So we have alarm clock, but I don't know, our mornings and even after work when we pick him up from the nursery, they're like so hectic that I cannot see myself reading a book.
But when he goes to
Monday
sleep?
to Friday at least, maybe on the weekends, yeah, but Monday to Friday, it's very
when
hard.
he goes to sleep, the baby?
7:30.
So what you do after?
Depends. I either work on my like side things like podcast or like some video production, you know, and you have to keep quiet because he's sleeping, so you cannot do much. But I don't know. And generally, I don't have habit for books. That's the issue, you know.
But you make a habit. 21 day you have to do it, and you do it.
Yeah, I know.
And it's a very good habit. And another book that I was reading recently, I was doing it before, like I have even a tattoo, like 5 a.m. club. We did it with my friends, Emma and Victoria, to wake up at 5 o'clock. And because you have 2 extra hours only for yourself, you can do whatever you want to do. And basically, but in that 5 a.m. hour club book, they are saying that you have to, nourish your mind, nourish your body, and your spirituality.
Just spend time for yourself.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of people, especially I think young parents, they're missing that. They completely take it out of their life just because there's baby, and that's where you focus, you know.
Yes,
but it's also a habit. For example, even for Greta, you know, she needs to go out on her own, have coffee somewhere, just to decompress for an hour.
I totally
you know?
understand.
Yeah, even me. Like my church is basketball. I go and Mondays and Wednesdays, if everything's okay in the evening, I go, and that's my time. And she knows that it's, unless Ben is very like sick or something, and I have to, you know, stay at home. But it's my time, and I need it to just be with the guys, play a bit, you know, exercise. I don't know. I was going mental for like 3-4 weeks. I couldn't play basketball. I was like, you know, like I would get fired up on like some stupid shit at home just because I didn't have like my release of energy when exercising. I totally understand.
Majdas is having the same thing.
Yeah. He's into Muay Thai.
Muay Thai,
right?
he's
yeah.
Thailand boxing.
Yeah. You just need, and that's a habit. That's the thing. Like with basketball, for me, it's a habit. That's why it's so hard not to do it. And I understand when you say like if you read books, once you get into the habit, it's very hard not to read, because you just, you know, that's your time as well.
And you have this eager for more information, for good, to learn, you know, to grow as a person, to know something new, to be better than yesterday.
I remember reading a few like self-development books. I started one and it was so good, and then they started mentioning like religion and Bible and Jesus, and I was like,
no?
I don't like that kind of stuff. I don't like when the religion is mixed with like self-motivation, etc., you know.
I think that
I'm not a big fan of let's say church in general, so I don't like that stuff really.
Before I was like you, but now I'm a lot into this thing as well. I think that everything is connected, and the universe, this energy, like, but connected. You should be very thankful for it.
Yeah, but it's not that I don't like church. It's more like I don't think that to have a prayer, you should go like to a certain building, and it should be very, you know, like a group of people at a certain place, like there's a structure for the mass, etc.
But
it's not my thing, let's say, you know. Like I would much rather, there's this thing called in Japan, I think it's called Shintoism. It's basically like a religion, but people who are into Shintoism, they go to a nice place in the nature and they just like meditate and pray there for the nature. Like there's no God, you know, nice, yeah. There's no object. They just go somewhere, like there's a nice waterfall or like a forest or a nice rock, you know, big rock, whatever. They just go there and they pray to the nature. So like that's more my kind of alley in like talking about religion rather than just fucking looking at the paintings of saints. And I agree, like it's whatever floats your boat, you know. But I don't know, I never liked it because my grandparents were very into religion, and when it gets forced on you as a kid, maybe that's why I don't really like it.
Yes,
because
that got you.
My grandma especially, she used to like we need to go, to the mass, etc. Like even I remember I was like 5, 6, staying at my grandparents, and before I go to bed in the evening, I would have to do the prayer and
But can you have you ever looked in the prayer? Actually, once I was speaking with my cousin, and he was saying that with his wife, they are doing a prayer every evening, and I was like, "What? You are much younger than me. You don't. I don't know. I didn't expect that." And they are like, "Yeah." And once I did, like I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, but the prayer actually in Lithuania, this what is it called in English? I think there is the same. It's very good. It makes so much sense. And I actually, at the moment, I'm reading this Testamentas, so the Bible.
New Testament or Old Testament? There's
one.
like 2 parts, I think.
Yes, new one.
Okay.
And it makes so much sense. Like everything, this book is one of the best books in the world. It's so much.
I actually heard today, I don't remember what I was watching, but basically that most of psychology books, for example, and even like techniques that psychologists use to treat people, let's say, they all come from the Bible. Actually, they're all coming from ideas in the Bible, and then they got like branched out to like psychology, etc.
Yes, these are the basics, the most important values what you have to have.
And you mentioned that when you were pregnant, you found the Ayurveda. Was that because you were like maybe not sure how it's like how your food, etc., your habits gonna affect the baby, or was that a bit of a fear? That's why you started looking into like alternative things, or
no, not fear at all. It was just I was interested in this. Yes.
Okay.
And it's very interesting for me, this Ayurveda, when I started to get into it. Because it's from India, it's this Buddhism and everything, I was always very interested in these kind of things, and this book, it just came at the right time in my life.
Can you explain to me, because I don't really know what Ayurveda is? Like it's a certain way of eating, right?
No, Ayurveda was made up like 5,000 years ago, I think. It was made in India, I guess so. And it's about everything is connected, that it's like about philosophy of life, that it includes yoga, it includes early waking up, it includes your food, because food is your fuel, what you eat is what you are.
No meat?
No meat.
Okay, so it's vegetarian diet.
You can eat meat as well, but it's on you,
Because I mean, in India, vegetarianism is like super popular, I think.
Yes, but it makes so much sense. It's just you have to eat very colorful food, and vegetables are the best for you. Like pasta, these bread and things, they are not good.
Yeah. But what you're saying, it's really interesting, because I listen when I have time to. There's this very popular podcast, Huberman Lab.
Yes, I know it.
It's a guy,
very, very good. Yeah.
He's a neuroscience professor in Stanford University. So he's like crazy mind.
He's amazing.
And actually, what you're now saying through Ayurveda prism, that's what he basically says a lot of times in his podcast through like neuroscience. Yes. Same thing, waking up early, getting sunlight early,
straight
so
away,
you wake up. So Ayurveda, can you say it's not a religion, it's a like way of living, let's
philosophy of life.
So but that, like you said, 5,000 years ago, it means that people already knew 5,000 years ago because what we're just learning now through neuroscience,
Yes, because we learn because
last 100 years,
because we forgot what is the basics. We've been not so much in the nature anymore, and we forgot because all these things, technology, and they overcrowded us with information that is no need.
Yeah. Made our mind very busy.
Yes, too busy.
And no time for yourself, and then you feel like you're just gonna work, scroll, and die.
But
that's gonna your life gonna end.
Yes,
like
I think that is some kind of a plan of bad people. I don't know. It's some
like
kind of
Illuminati shit you're talking, like someone who's controlling the world.
No, because there has to be a society that is like society. I don't know how to call
Society.
Society, yes, that it has to be, like that. They want to control us.
But who's they? Who's they?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's very hard. I hear a lot of people saying they, but you cannot point to someone and say them.
No.
Like there's a person or like group of people.
But you don't agree? No, you agree? Yes.
I think
there's this Masoni.
Masons. Yeah. I don't know.
I bought a book now about Masonic. Masons. Yes, and I'm into this. What is this Illuminati? Why Rihanna is showing the sign? What?
The conspiracy theories. Okay.
Yes.
I don't know.
And we heard some people, we actually know it's not a joke. We heard some people that they got offers of being in some kind of, they will get all the money in the world, and I don't want to talk about it because if they were gonna see it, they're gonna kill me.
Find you. I don't know. I understand what you're saying. It's a possibility, I guess, but I think it's more that there's a lot of people who are, like when you love doing what you do, let's say, I don't know, you're a scientist, right? And a lot of people, maybe they don't have families, etc., and they get lost and they get like 100% into what they love. And those people, I think they drive the world forward. That's why we have this speed of technology, constantly developing, just because there's a lot of people who are very focused on what they do. And obviously to make their ideas work, they need other people to use those things that they developed, right?
Yes, exactly.
I think, like, for example, Silicon Valley in United States, it's a big concentration of people who are crazy good at what they do, and they're gonna, like I said, work and die, but and they're fine with that because they love what they do,
because they have a passion for it.
And I think like you said, we forgot our basic instincts, etc., being with yourself, with nature. But let's say I would blame those people who are very focused, very like career driven, and they make the world to go at that pace. I think that's how it goes. Like logically, I would logically I would try to explain it like that, I guess. But I don't know. It's weird. There's so many things. Like when you think even about your kid, the world that he's gonna grow in.
Oh, I don't want even to think how my baby is going to grow.
Like at least we had childhood where we were climbing trees and we were running around the whole. At least I was running around the whole summer in my grandparents' place, like outside this town. They had a farm, etc. So I had that part of my life. But I feel like Ben, unless we kind of force it on him and make it attractive to him, and he loves being outdoors, and I hope it happens. Unless we do that, I think he might have much less of connection with like nature and just taking the stick and pretending it's a gun or a sword. It's something that I don't know these days. If kids still have that imagination because they're like at the either tablet or a gaming PC or whatever,
Yes, but it's our work to make it happen. It's we have to do the best.
Yeah, and on the other hand, you cannot prevent him from living in the world that he was born in. Like you cannot take him to the farm and just like Amish people. In United States, like they don't use no technology, like they're still riding horse carriages, etc.
But that's cool. I would like to live like that.
It's cool, but it's extreme. I think very extreme.
I like the idea.
Yeah, cool.
Maybe let's have a break or.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say we can finish. Unless you want to mention something or say hi to your mom or something.
I want to say thank you for every person who was in my life. Now I have a possibility who's watching, because there was like so many people who made an impact in my whole this journey. So I want to say thank you for everyone. Yes. And thanks for...
Just because you sound now like you're dying. Don't be like that.
I got emotional. I'm a woman.
No, I understand. It's more you're closing the chapter with the beauty salon, right?
No, it's everyone.
Generally, like...
Generally, even for you.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks for being and
for inviting to the podcast.
Thanks for inviting us.
I love how excited you got when I sent the voice message. You know, you were like, "Oh, I'm coming to Malta. Like, we need to do this for sure."
Yes, it's a fun thing, to express myself and just to watch what I was, maybe, like you said, 5 years after, going to watch how I was here, and it's going to be fun,
And how much happened from the time that we talked now. It's like time capsule almost, time travel.
Sometimes I would like to turn like 10 years back the time and to watch what I was talking.
Are you gonna still be coming to Malta on and off, or that's it?
No,
like you closed the chapter?
I closed it.
Okay. It was nice knowing you here, but I'm sure we're gonna meet somewhere, especially Mikas and Remante somewhere, I don't know, in Gargždai, in Lithuania, whatever. We're gonna meet for sure.
For sure. And I want to add the last thing, that I'm opening a new business. I have this idea.
Yes.
And even
promo stuff.
Yes, I closed the business, and next day I opened an Instagram already. I have this business idea.
You followed me. I was like, who's that? Like it's something about dresses,
yes,
right?
It's called Manuela 1900. It's going to be timeless dresses for a woman who wants to keep it for her daughter, and I think that it's a very beautiful idea, because we're just using so much clothes, at this time, and they are not special anymore. And I think that actually we just need one cloth that would be very special, and especially woman.
What's the idea? You're gonna design and make dresses that people can buy?
Yes, I already designed the dresses that women, they could buy it, and they could buy it for their daughter, and it's going to be with initials, and it's going to be timeless. It's going to be like a vintage style, like old style.
For kids or for adults?
For adults as well, and for kids. And
so let's say you buy it and then you leave it for your daughter to wear when she grows up?
Yes.
Okay. It's like the wedding dress thing. Like some mothers would keep the wedding dress, and their daughter, when she grows up, she would wear it. Okay.
My mother, actually, she left me some really nice clothes, and when I started to be pregnant, she gave me, and I was like, wow, this is such a treasure. This is real treasure, like to have them and to put on my daughter. And
Can you do pants as well, so I can leave something for Ben?
I don't know.
It would be so funny, and I wear them out like they have holes, but like here's your, like you inherit these pants,
Yeah, you never know, maybe
for
in the
boys,
future.
you should come up for something,
for guys.
For boys.
I haven't been thinking about it yet, but
or like a shirt, like really good quality shirt.
Yes, shirt. It's very nice.
Because
that's a good idea. Now you got me another idea. That's very good. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll give you a percentage.
15%. Yeah. But it's really nice idea. Like it's, I think it's sustainable.
Sustainable.
You mentioned
exactly,
clothes.
yes.
Eco-friendly kind of thing, and it's special. Like you said, if a daughter gets it when she grows up, I mean. It's pretty nice, and I guess you're like driving for like top quality, so it stays like good condition,
exactly.
Right? Okay.
And as well, I want to put this that it's going to be vintage, and in these times, for example, Ayurveda as well, they are saying that for a woman to walk with a dress, it's we are spreading the woman's energy, and I think that's a very nice thing, just to come back a bit before, like 100 years ago, all the women, they've been with the dresses, and now they are with the hoodies, they are with oversized jeans, and it's like they are not looking good anymore. It's like you have to be woman in the end of the day. Of course, you can be whatever you want to be, but it's just
I actually
think
keep telling Greta, you should wear more dresses, it's getting warm, Jesus Christ, like you're always in jeans,
Yeah? She will get a dress.
Good. I'll put your Instagram. You only have Instagram, or you have a website for this as well? Instagram
no,
for now, probably.
Yeah, I'm working.
So I'm gonna put it in the description so people maybe can check it out, because I know there's not a lot of content. You have like maybe 1 or 2 pictures, but there's gonna be more.
It's just a start.
Cool. Good. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
It was really good.
It's nice to talk.
You relaxed in the end. I can see, you know. Like
I'm a bit tired sitting. I would like to stand up and just like,
good.
yeah.
Next time when we meet, we do it standing up.
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Cool. Thank you.